There is a question that keeps resurfacing in the minds of many men, usually late at night, usually after disappointment, usually after doing everything they were told was right. Why does she choose him? Why does she ignore the man who listens, who shows up, who stays consistent, and instead feel drawn toward the man who withholds, who frustrates, who sometimes even hurts? The easy answer is to call it unfair. The comforting answer is to call women broken, but neither of those answers are true. The real answer is far more disturbing because it does not blame anyone. It exposes something most people are not ready to face. Women do not prefer cruel men. They respond to power signals that are often confused with cruelty. And men who call themselves good often confuse goodness with emotional submission. Attraction is not moral. It is not ethical. It does not reward effort, sacrifice, or intention. Attraction is biological, perceptual, and deeply unconscious, and it obeys laws that do not care about how kind you believe you are. From the very first interaction, long before feelings are named, long before commitment is discussed, a woman's nervous system is reading one thing above all else. Is this man stable within himself, or is he emotionally dependent on being chosen? That single distinction decides everything. Most men lose before they even begin, not because they lack value, but because they communicate a dangerous signal without realizing it. Need. The need to be liked, the need to be validated, the need to secure, the need to matter. Need is not love. Need is fear wearing a polite mask, and fear is felt instantly. A man can hide his thoughts, but he cannot hide his emotional posture. When a man approaches from hunger rather than fullness, his body language tightens, his timing accelerates, his words over-explain, his presence bends. He begins negotiating for acceptance. And the moment a man negotiates his value, attraction begins to decay. This is where the illusion of the cruel man is born, because the man labeled cruel often does one thing the good man cannot. He does not negotiate. He does not soften himself to be approved. He does not rearrange his identity to be accepted. He does not collapse when uncertainty appears. This is not cruelty. This is emotional sovereignty. But when someone is used to men who bend, firmness feels aggressive. When someone is used to men who chase, stillness feels dismissive. When someone is used to men who explain themselves, silence feels dominant. So the label cruel appears not because harm is being done, but because power is being felt. Power here does not mean control over her. It means control over self. That distinction is everything. Most so-called good men misunderstand attraction because they were taught a dangerous lie, that if they are patient enough, giving enough, understanding enough, they will be chosen. They turn kindness into a strategy. They turn empathy into currency. They turn availability into proof of worth. But attraction does not respond to effort. It responds to position. And position is not declared, it is sensed. When a man places a woman at the center of his emotional universe, something shifts inside her body, not consciously, instinctively. She feels pressure, responsibility, weight, and desire does not coexist with responsibility. Erotic tension requires freedom, the freedom to want, not the obligation to maintain. This is why the good man often hears phrases that confuse him deeply. You're amazing, but I just don't feel it. You deserve someone better. You're such a good guy. These are not insults, they are signals. Signals that attraction never ignited because the emotional polarity was wrong from the beginning. The good man often enters relationships already afraid of loss. He invests too early.
He commits emotionally before compatibility is established. He tries to secure certainty before desire has time to breathe. This is the fatal error, because whoever fears loss more gives up power, and power imbalance destroys attraction. The man perceived as cruel often does the opposite. He does not rush to secure. He does not promise permanence. He does not overinvest before being chosen. He allows uncertainty to exist without trying to control it. This creates tension, and tension is the fuel of desire. This does not mean women enjoy being treated badly. It means the nervous system responds to contrast. Unpredictability activates dopamine. Stability without submission activates safety. When these two coexist, attraction explodes. But when stability turns into compliance, desire suffocates. Many women do not fall for cruel men. They fall for men whose emotional gravity does not shift when tested. And tests are inevitable. Silence, delays, mood changes, subtle challenges. Not conscious traps, biological filters. The unconscious is asking one question: does this man remain whole under pressure? The good man often fails this test without knowing it. He panics in silence. He tries to fix emotions that were never his to fix. He explains when nothing was asked. He apologizes to restore harmony. He gives more to compensate for distance. Every one of these reactions communicates the same message: I am afraid to lose you. Fear dissolves attraction faster than any mistake. The man labeled cruel often passes the test because he does not react, not because he doesn't care, but because he does not place his self-worth inside her response. He stays centered, and centered men feel rare. Rarity creates value. Value creates attraction. There is another layer most people avoid discussing: intermittent reinforcement. When attention is inconsistent, the brain becomes obsessive. Not because the person is special, because unpredictability hijacks the reward system. Many toxic men create this pattern unconsciously. Warmth followed by distance, affection followed by withdrawal, presence followed by absence. This pattern is addictive. It creates longing, rumination, fantasy, and fantasy is often mistaken for love. The good man offers constant availability, no mystery, no scarcity, no emotional friction. To a healthy nervous system, this can be comforting. To a dysregulated nervous system, it feels dull. This is not preference, this is conditioning. Some people were raised in chaos. They associate emotional intensity with connection. They confuse anxiety with attraction. They mistake uncertainty for chemistry. So when a man is calm, present, and emotionally available without edge, it feels unfamiliar. Unfamiliar feels unsafe. Unsafe kills desire. This is why some women repeatedly choose men who harm them, not because they want pain, but because their nervous system recognizes chaos as normal. This does not make them shallow, it makes them human. And it does not mean good men are doomed. It means good men must stop confusing kindness with weakness. True kindness is not submissive. True kindness is grounded. It has limits. It has boundaries. It has a spine. A man who cannot say no is not kind. He is afraid. A man who tolerates disrespect to avoid loss is not loving. He is abandoning himself. And self-abandonment is never attractive. Another brutal truth must be stated. Many good men are not rejected for being too kind. They are rejected because their kindness is transactional. They expect return. They expect gratitude. They expect choice as payment. When it does not arrive, resentment grows. That resentment leaks through tone, through silence, through passive aggression. The woman feels it, and what once felt safe now feels heavy. Attraction collapses. The cruel man does not bargain, he does not promise, he does not over-offer. He gives when he chooses. This feels authentic. Authenticity beats performance every time. There is also the matter of leadership. Attraction is directional. Someone must lead the emotional rhythm. When a man constantly adapts to a woman's moods, mirrors her emotions, adjusts his behavior to maintain harmony, he forfeits leadership. He becomes reactive. Reactive energy is submissive. Submissive energy is not erotic. The man perceived as cruel often leads, not aggressively, decisively. He moves forward whether approval is guaranteed or not. This creates a sense of direction. Direction is attractive because it reduces uncertainty. Uncertainty is exciting.